Okay, right. We gotta start. We gotta get started. Welcome everyone to the UnFuckIt Discussion. It is April 1st, and as I just said, there was just no April Fool's Days jokes out there that anyone could take seriously or not seriously because everything is so screwed up right now.
Gestures broadly at everything.
At everything. There's like nothing is a joke. Everything's a joke. Nothing is a joke. Everything is so ridiculous that you just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. This is so freaking crazy. Although I will say, as I was just saying a minute ago, the one that I did see today that made me giggle was Canada is joining the EU. And I was like, oh, definitely look at the date of April 4th. So it was like, yeah, because Canada joining the EU would have been hysterical.
On the other side of it, though, there are strong hints that the UK is going to be rejoining
Well,
the EU.
so that's what I want to go. Something is afoot in the. I was going to say in the circle. There's something afoot in the Circle K, but
yeah, there's shit stirring in the UK government.
There's shit stirring in the UK, and if it wasn't okay, if I actually took anything that the British government said seriously, I might be almost inclined to say, there's a shift going on right now.
And if we hadn't had the anal beads of opium fucking yanked out like a chainsaw starter so many times, we'd probably be a little bit more fucking ready to believe this.
Tell us how you really feel, man. Tell us how you really feel. So, there's been a couple of interesting announcements out of the UK government in the last 2 days. Number one, Starmer has just come out and said that the UK, basically boiling it down to the UK is in negotiations to rejoin with the European Union again. The fingers pointed on the BBC were due to the Iran war. Better everyone like bands together, forms a united front. Because it's very obvious none of them are going to unite with America. So it's like, maybe we better band together. A little island there in the Atlantic is like, maybe we better band together with the European Union again. So it's going to be very interesting to see what comes out of those negotiations.
That's just the small announcements, in my opinion, though.
But the Home Office on Twitter has put out several announcements lately. One,
jaw droppers,
like jaw droppers. One about the grooming gangs. And I'm gonna actually read this one out to everyone.
I couldn't believe the wording in that. I was like, you guys,
yeah, like
jail. Where's the police? Put them in jail because this was Facebook jail.
Just wait. Let's read this statement first, then you can rant.
Okay, go.
Okay. So from the Home Office. The grooming gang scandal is one of the darkest moments in our country's history, where the most vulnerable were abused and exploited by evil child rapists. The independent national inquiry will now begin its work to uncover how these crimes were allowed to happen and root out failure wherever it occurred. The inquiry will be laser focused on grooming gangs and will explicitly examine the role of ethnicity, religion, and culture, including how institutions responded. There will be no hiding place for the predatory monsters who committed these vile crimes.
Those are bold words.
Those are like some serious, like...
Because that implicates government, right? With all the stuff that Starmer was up to the tits
police, government.
But Jimmy Savile, no.
Oh, he's old potatoes, dead and buried.
Starmer, Jimmy Savile.
Yeah, I get it, but that's not the point. The point is the wording used in this
was very open,
very extreme.
Yeah, but
it wasn't your usual British Home Office. Well, we think that maybe we might have to do an investigation. Maybe
the clause about ethnicity was very telling, though. That's something I was shocking as fuck.
They were very, very pointed. And the words used, like child rapists, evil grooming gangs, etc. Very, 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 very
institutions that allowed it to happen.
And institutions, and it's interesting that they use the word the institutions. That is an interesting word because that covers pretty much everything.
The Prime Minister,
the institution of governments that covers like police, schools, universities, social services, medical services, like the use of the word institutions is very, very poignant. And I was very shocked. When we read this announcement today, it was like, oh, what dare I
What
ask?
the fuck is going on?
Has
in the
something
government right now?
shifted? Has something all of a sudden shifted? And right after reading that is when Starmer made this announcement about the EU. So is there
Elections are coming up too, are they not?
Yeah.
Did we not
May.
just get fucking a vote thing in the
no?
mail?
Yeah, that's like council elections bullshit that we know.
Yeah, the local elections, Danny, but it's still relevant on the bigger picture especially for Labour.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
They're doing abysmally right now.
Of the 29 local wards in Sunderland, they're expecting 28 of them to go for reform.
Yeah, and this is when I poo-poo the elections, I'm poo-pooing the elections because you should see the amount of elections notices we've received in the last month, like ludicrous. But it is a statement, as much as elections are, as we know, mostly fucking bullshit at the best of times. The statement that is going to come across if reform takes all these elections, all these councils. So metropolitan in a way, if you want to talk about North American,
and read the other announcement from the Home Office.
And that's what I was just going to say. There's this other announcement from the Home Office, which is also very interesting. New measures announced today will introduce a new system that will prevent police from recording lawful free speech. Forces will continue to ensure that reports from the public, which may lead to genuine harm, will get the right response. But the fact that their new system to prevent the police from recording lawful free speech, that's another one that is very
basically said they're going to take all resources away from policing social media right now.
Which is also, like we see, then we look at the financial aspect and go like, oh, someone got no money to play with anymore.
No,
so now we got to pull it out.
Because they've done so abysmally in their polling, and because the other parties, this new, whatever it is, new alliance or whatever it is, these new parties that are forming up based on patriotism, based on things that actual Britain want to see.
Yep.
They're cleaning the fucking clocks, even at the local levels.
Yes, they are. And it's interesting that these are the subjects that are being hit. So if we look at it from an election, pre-rolling out of the election, of trying to make something look decent for the election to, I don't know, get something back. Grooming gangs and the social media police are the two things, the two statements so far. Oh, absolutely appeasement, Nadia. 100% appeasement. That's what
walked back to your two-tier policing yet.
He hasn't walked back his two-tier policing, and that's how you got to wonder, like, how far up is the inquiry by the Home Office going to go? Is it going to go up to two-tier, Starmer? I doubt it. But
well, not only that, like, does that mean that if they actually go and find a disproportionate amount of, let's say, one ethnicity or religion committed most of these crimes, are they going to do half the punishment for what they should be getting?
Will they do a quarter? I think 1% of the punishment.
You're new to this country. There is a particular way that inquiries go, and those of us who've been born here and been here for a while know what to expect.
And what is that? What is that?
Opening an inquiry is kicking an issue into the long grass.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. That's inquiries around the world, Nadia. No, it doesn't matter if it's Canada, Britain, America, Germany.
My question was more rhetorical, anyways, Nadia. It wasn't actually.
I'm not impressed, but I wonder how many of the normies, the general public, will be impressed by all of this. Because when you read the word institutions, I heard corporates. That means
of course,
it's all corporate, so no actual humans are going to be held accountable for.
The only thing that's impressive about it, Nadia, is the fact that it's a bold, very fucking 180 U-turn on a lot of the policies that Keir Starmer has been putting in action, not necessarily into law, but definitely into action. So it's a plea for desperation, I feel, more than anything, rather than him wanting to actually make things right or do the right thing. It's a dog and pony show, absolutely.
Yep.
Of course,
It
It's
might
the
be,
choice
or
of
it might
wording
be,
that is interesting. It is the
or it
choice
might
of
be
wording.
part of. Yes, and it might be because language, everything is, the magic is done by language, yes. But it also might be that psychological game they play of ebb and flow, ebb and flow, ebb and flow.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I would have expected different terminology if that was the case.
Or topics even.
That's what I'm saying. Even the topics not stated the way it was stated. And that's what I'm saying. The language chosen for that announcement was very, very shockingly blunt, shockingly not British. Not British government language. Let me clarify. It was not British government language.
Are they going to let the people that they put into prison for Facebook posts out of prison?
Well, yeah.
Of course,
they're
of course
not
we
going to
know
make that law retroactive.
Sorry. Of course, we know that they're not going to stop monitoring people, though. They're going to continue with that, and they're going to step up on that. So they may be saying something at face value, but in the background, we know that they're going to continue to persecute people. They're putting people on lists as it is, but for basically just basic thoughts and just the amount of monitoring that's
How
done
dare
on
you
social
think
media
outside the
accounts.
box?
Well, what they did say, Jimmy, on that point, which is very astute, is that they're going to stop using police resources to monitor social media posts.
Because they've got YouTube.
No, they've got AI.
No, they've got AI that can just scan it.
Brigade.
And they'll save money too. Yay!
Mark, sit down or lower yourself. I want to see that sexy hairdo you got.
Oh,
fuck yeah,
nice, nice hairdo.
Fuck yeah.
It must be warm.
Your twin.
Is spring showing up, Mark? Is that what's happened?
Fuck no, I just tired of blowing in my goddamned eyes. I'm muting because I know the show's going on and I'm getting pissed off.
Okay, okay. Quiet, Mark. Just quiet. It's okay. members chat's coming. You've only got 40 minutes to
Mark,
wait.
you're fine. You know the things we shouldn't say on like the live show. That it's all good.
So, aliens.
Oh, they're next, huh?
Well, I mean, it's a major frickin' topic, and it's very interesting. It's interesting because the untrustworthy's talking, and the people that you kind of, speaking for Nick and I, we kind of are like, okay, you know what, I kind of like this guy, kind of like a little bit of what he's got to say. But the whole aliens narrative, the aliens are coming. No, back up. The fake alien invasion card is about to be played. That is the big news. And the thing is this. So you get the big rundown. It's going to be like anti-gravity tech, and they're going to use like dew weapons and plasma weapons, and they're going to fake alien peoples and all the rest of it. And it's going to force the planet into it. Everyone will be so afraid they'll be able to do their one world order, no one world government, blah 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 blah. Don't fall for it. Okay. And the thing that I said to Nick was, okay, so don't fall for it. The analysis being that if anti-gravity ships show up and they start using
fucking space laser
guns out of like the Death Star, and they start landing stormtroopers around all over the world,
anal probing people from their spaceships, and all the fucking
doesn't matter whether it's a real alien invasion or a fake alien invasion. Real or fake or real, doesn't matter. It's the same outcome, right? Like, so this whole don't fall for it is like, do you understand that it doesn't, any of those actions that happen, it doesn't matter who perpetuates them. It's all going to lead to the same thing. And our opinion of falling for it or not falling for it ain't going to matter jack shit. But the swing side that a few people, and we talked about this in the members chat, I want to say, Paul, I think you brought it up, and it may have been one of the remote viewings a couple of weeks ago, that the fake alien invasion card will be played followed by the real aliens showing up after that card gets played. So I found it's very interesting that that narrative has been quite ingeniously like kind of woven through all this other stuff of like, don't fall for it, but maybe on the flip side, this is what's coming next after that. I don't know. It's very, very interesting because that is a serious amount of conversation that's going on. Paul was saying just before we went live, it was a minister in Australia put out some statement about aliens being
hybrids and
hybrids.
Yeah, all that, all the same stuff what was said in an interview 2-3 weeks ago with Matt Gates.
So like, and then tried to pass it off like, ha ha, April Fools. And I was like, but isn't that just like the perfect way of just slipping a little disclosure in? Drop some truth bombs, drop some like full on, here's some fact for you.
I mean, here's the
on April Fools so that no one believes you.
Danny, what have we got going on at the moment? NASA's launching the Artemis thing in 2 hours' time.
Yep.
What's the likelihood that they may encounter something on the way to the moon or when they get to the moon or on the way back?
What if Iran blows them up on the way out?
Oh yeah, that was Ben's question earlier. What if
I don't think they're going to, because we haven't blown up any of Iran's space stuff.
Yeah, there you go. So we have Iran. Truly, if you look at it, Iran has only been doing tit for tat at this point. So we haven't blown up any of their space stations. So I guess America's are safe. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just, and again, like the Trump shit, where Trump has yet again come out on Truth Social saying how Iran is asking him to have peace negotiations. Can we have a truce? Let's have a truce. And he told Iran, no, we're not interested in having a truce until you open the Straits of Hormuz. And I'm like, again, like, just, it's opposite land. It's complete and utter opposite land. And I don't know who would still be listening to that man, because every word that's come out of his mouth has been bullshit, like utter bullshit, over and over and over again, and crazy statements that goes along with it. So we talked about what Trump did to Japan and Japan's prime minister and how they're royally fucked off. Then on Sunday, on the members chat, we were talking about what Trump said about the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia kissing his ass. And apparently he made a similar statement about Kuwait. To which the response from Saudi Arabia was not favorable. To which Saudi Arabia has announced they're never buying any more American weapons, and they're going to start making deals through Ukraine, because, you know, where else are you going to get your black market weapons from? But of course it's the Ukraine, which is a nice little bit of transparency, really, in and of itself. So again, you've got this thing where you've got Trump has, you know, pissed off an entire nation of Japan, pissed off an entire nation of the royal family of Saudi Arabia, pissed off Kuwait, pissed off Iran, pissed off Pakistan, pissed off China. Like it's like he's going out of his way, threatening Cuba again, and is announced the new North American. He didn't use the word union. What did he use?
I'm just looking at it. Hang on.
Like new North American protectorate. I'm not sure of what.
Greater North America or something.
Greater North America, which is going to include America, Canada, Mexico, and Greenland. Which means he's obviously still on the
Greater North America concept.
The Greater North America concept.
Announced by Hegseth.
Yeah, Hegseth, because everyone believes anything he says. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Sorry, Nancy, I didn't mean to interrupt you, love. Go ahead.
No, I just want to append on to the Japanese thing. I've missed the last 2 shows because I wasn't feeling well. I caught the one before that where he said he insulted the Japanese prime minister. And so interestingly, on X, all of a sudden, Japanese Twitter is now available due to this global translation. So we can now access Japanese Twitter. And I went, wait a second, is this a coincidence here? Because I'm not seeing translations from any other countries. I'm just seeing Japanese Twitter. And there was one post that seemed engineered to me, like we're suspect of everything these days, at least I am, or question it.
Everything.
And I think this isn't a coincidence that this insult happened, and now we see Japanese Twitter. And one of the Japanese posts that was translated was, "Do Americans hate Canadians?" A convenient redirect from what Trump said or his actions towards, if you think about it, the Japanese prime minister. And the thread was filled, and I didn't realize we were so hated by Americans. Honestly, I was shocked. I'm like, really? Did you guys buy the social programming? Like, aren't we just all people against one thing? What's with this division? Is it engineered?
It's engineered, 100%.
Likely. But
100%. I mean, you have to remember, right? So remember, there was that whole propaganda war that went on. Was that just a year ago?
Not even.
It wasn't even a year ago. Last summer, between Trump and fucktard in Canada, and they were with the whole thing of Trump talking about the oil, the wheat, all the free trade is gone. We're going to nail you with tariffs. We're not going to subsidize you. Blah 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 blah. And he hyped a lot of Americans into thinking that somehow Canada is trolling America and getting a free ride off of America. But at the time, like I said, that's not true. Like what he's talking about the stuff with the milk and the stuff with the dairy and the stuff with the wheat, etc., is fucking bullshit. Because that's not how the negotiations happened. I'm sorry, but I was paying attention to fucking politics back then. That's not how those agreements came into play. And Canada did not make out like a bandit on those. No. We got fucked by those agreements. So
dairy board dissolved, meat board dissolved, grain board dissolved.
The grain board dissolved. They all ended up getting dissolved, and that was all due to the American push. So, but the Americans swallowed this whole pile of steaming dog doo-doo that came out of Trump's mouth, making out that like Canadians were literally like taking an unfair advantage of America, etc., etc. And they sucked it up, and they actually believed it. And I think that was one of the trigger points for all this.
I don't think that those people think. Look at our group here, where we cover the whole geographic Earth here. There's no hatred here between anybody.
Yeah, but we're unfuckers. So.
That's true, but like that's not the real world, right? This whatever this social engineering is. I mean, and I'm sure we've all been socially engineered at some point.
Oh yeah.
Right? But because we're learning as we go along, we learn how to question and use our critical thinking, try to vet information. And even when you can vet information, doesn't mean it's true. So, is it putting this, here's the guy, Pro 777, he uses this word a lot, the egregore. Is it putting an egregore of thought form out there for people to latch onto that's not necessary? Yeah.
They absolutely do. Not even a question. Like I said, I'd never seen as many anti-Canadian comments before from Americans ever. Like I did after the summer when all this shit blew out with Trump. And it was because Trump was blowing a big pile of fucking lies and bullshit. And Americans believed him. And now they're convinced that, like, Canada, like I said, has been taking advantage of America for all these years.
And equally, you have Canadians hating on Americans because of Trump. So it's again, more division. And so to be fair, there's no traveling to the U.S. right now. People are boycotting American products and blah, 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 blah. Right? So it's this just whole Oceania versus Eurasia versus 1984 bullshit.
Yep.
Right?
100%. And division is what they're propagating everywhere. I mean, Anywhere they can push the division envelope, they will.
Subdivide, then subdivide, then subdivide.
And subdivide and subdivide.
I was freaked out when I saw the picture, and you may be covering it next, and I'll step off the platform, but the picture of the 3 speakers that are supposedly in politics from the UK, Australia, and the US that are going to speak today. Did you see the picture? It felt like INSOC from 1984. I'm like, what is going on?
Okay, so I wanted to bring it up because I want to hear
right now,
because we've got apparently there's a State of the Union address by Trump today, and there was a big deal made about it in British media that the British media will be covering it live. So multiple articles that kind of course the BBC's thing was this is really important. We're going to be covering this live, but never actually gave us a time of when the statement's going to be coming out. So it could be happening right now, or it could be happening at 2 o'clock in the morning. I have no idea. They said prime time, but they didn't verify who's prime time, right? So you've apparently, purportedly, Trump's supposed to be making a statement. But then now we've got perhaps statements coming out of these other nations as well. So what are we going to see come out today? And isn't it funny how they picked April 1st to be the day to make all these statements?
And don't forget, Danny, they're talking about the dissolution of NATO, because without the United States, NATO doesn't really exist.
Exactly.
So hence maybe why Starmer's like, oh, let's go join the EU and have that EU army again.
Absolutely. No, not even a question. If you see with the dissolving of NATO, which is literally falling apart before our eyes.
UN as well.
And the UN, and that's what I was just going to say, but the UN is doing the exact same thing, maybe slightly less noisily, might be a little quieter on the UN front, but it's still falling to pieces, and literally it's proving itself to be ineffectual and a waste of time and money across the board. So, yes, I'm not surprised with Starmer. What I am surprised at is the speed at which this flip is taking place. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, this is all bad. So what are we going to do now? Oh, well, shit, we better link up with someone else, like, France and Germany and Belgium and anyone else who will take us on.
And this is where Turkey does that betrayal thing.
They've already done it. They've already come out in support of Iran.
Massive speech by Erdogan yesterday.
Yeah.
Massive speech by Erdogan yesterday, standing in full solidarity with Iran and calling out America and Israel. So, and kind of planting his flag in the ground of like, this is where we stand, boys. So...
it's just like that 4chan post, It's on the list.
It's on the list. Yeah. We almost need to have that 4chan post posted somewhere so we can
tick them off.
Check them off as each one of them happens, because gotta wonder. We
should also be checking off biblical shit as well, like the blood red skies. Last week it was over Australia. This week it's over Israel, or it's over Greece and Libya.
Yeah. And have they actually said
Sahara dust in the case of Libya and Greece?
So they're saying Sahara dust. So we had it in England nowhere near that badly. Was it, guys, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago,
the other morning,
we saw it, and it was like, oh, look, it's all hay. We didn't get the color. We just had that dusty haze.
It was a weird haze.
Just the dusty haze. Then we have the pictures out of Australia 3 days ago.
No, we talked on Sunday, I think. Did
we on Sunday? Yeah. Okay, so it was on the weekend, and somewhere in Australia, I don't know where. And the sky is blood red, and everything is red. And it's like, this is not a filter. This is a massive dust storm. Now, the same blood red sky, Cyprus,
Libya
and Greece. And I'm, again, if you go look at the pictures, extreme red, like unlike anything I've seen before. This isn't just we've been in Morocco when there have been dust storms off the Sahara. and everything turns yellow. They don't turn red.
I've been in a red one here. It does happen.
No, I know it happens, but they keep blaming the Sahara, and I'm like, Australia is a little bit away from there.
We have our own, so Australia provides its own red soil, just that FYI. But on that, it's volcanic. It's high in iron. So there's this potential that all those places that have been highly volcanic have this iron-rich soil. And what you're actually seeing is the warnings.
Okay.
When the dust whips up, and because the thing down here, D, is that dust getting whipped up was from a category 4 to 5 cyclone that was off the coast.
No, and that's what I wanted to ask you on this, right? Because this is the whole thing. If we see one of these massive red storms and you see it somewhere, because we've seen them in the past, and this is not me alluding to the fact that they're fake in any way, shape, or form, because I know they're not. But when you see one in Australia on the weekend, and then 4 days later you see, and I mean the exact shade of red, the exact shade of red, in Cyprus, Libya, and in Greece, it makes you sit there and go, okay, this is not a Sahara dust storm.
So again, biblical.
That's what I said. Oh, is that dust storm reaching over Israel yet? Because that'll freak people the fuck out.
Well, they had their red water, but that was also possibly from just red soil. Although I'm quite impressed with how well that red soil mixes with that water to make that red.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to be fair, red water is algae blooms as well sometimes.
Yep. 100%. 100%. 100%. What I was wondering is if we were to look back at some of the floods back in the 2022 and the way that the cloud formation moved from Tonga, the volcano.
Yep.
And seeing, because where that red cloud was top end of Australia.
Yep.
Northwest. And where the Tongan volcano came over was east, like pretty east, just east from me, like straight out. So it came through central, whereas you've got this thing that goes up, and if it went up over Malaysia, it could quite easily get to Greece and that. And I'm just wondering whether it could also be that kind of
could be
weather
some
formation.
fucking weird undersea mount volcano that exploded.
We don't know. We haven't seen it come up. Well, there was that one in the Atlantic.
Yeah.
That massive. Okay, it wasn't a volcano, but the earthquake in the Mid-Atlantic Ridge last week.
Yeah,
last week.
Danny, there was
weather
that
patterns from those things. Sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry, I was going to say there was that 7 point something in what's it called?
Near Tonga.
Tuvalu. Was it Tuvalu?
Somewhere around there. It was quite deep.
That was a couple of days ago, and there's been quite a few 5 and 6 pluses in that area. So it looks like the Australian plate's probably moving towards the Pacific plate.
Yeah,
and that's what's causing that. So if there's all that going down, then that could be affecting the charge as well, couldn't it? So that could get a lot more airborne.
Like I said,
Ben, just really quick pause. Ben, do you got to bop out by 10? But in the next 20 minutes?
Nah, I've been building an annexure as we've been talking.
All right. Not sure if you had to take a drive somewhere. Because I got an interesting thing that I'd like to fucking bring up, but I wanted to bring it up while you're around.
What's it interview?
So I'm watching Jesse Michaels interview
this is
right now. This is a change of topic, by the way, but not really, but kind of.
Could be, maybe not.
And the interview I'm watching is with a guy named, Charles Bueller, Dr. Charles Bueller. And he works at NASA, and he does static electricity stuff. So he develops tech for spacesuits, and when they, lunar dust and a bunch of different shit for a bunch of different people. And Jesse Michaels is talking to him about what he is describing as a new fundamental force that he has discovered.
This is kind of cool.
So he's talking about how he got into electrostatics And when he started with his lab, some of the experiments that he discovered and a couple of simple mechanisms. And one of the things that he was saying absolutely fucking blew my brain. So he was saying that he took a fucking bucket, barrel, container full of particles that were all uniform in size. And then he would take the particles and tilt the fucking thing on an angle, and then some of the particles would start to roll downhill and accumulate. Some would stay in place. The ones that would roll were positive charge, and the ones that stayed in place were negative charge. So there's a self-sorting mechanism at the particulate size based on charge, which is fundamentally spin.
Whose idea was that? My brainstorm went, the only way, that's got to be spin. It's got to be your charge. Your charge has got to be your spin direction. And positive and negative spin, exactly. Positive and negative spin. The positives rolled, the negatives stayed stable because the spin kept them stable. Whereas the positives were rolling in the direction of the...
Yeah.
But literally, Nick and I were on about this for like hours today. Can you drop me the link to that interview? Because it has been a very, very interesting interview. Some of the physics, Ben, have been very, very cool. And what's really interesting is he won't yet name this new force. He's being decided.
I shared it too.
So
it can only be one thing.
I don't know. Hold on, I gotta find this link. Like, scroll through all of this.
Hey, Danny.
Yes, my darling.
Also, it depends on the material it was sitting on, because depending on the spin,
it was in a vacuum, was it not?
Yeah,
it was in a vacuum chamber.
In a vacuum chamber.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this was an experiment, an electrostatic charge experiment done in a vacuum chamber with all the particles were exact same size, dimensions, weight, if you will. Same materials, identical to look at the charge.
Okay, what was surrounding the vacuum chamber?
Glass, I would say.
Okay, glass has its own spin. It's typically, it's typically positively charged. That's what glass is, because it will not discharge an electric charge if you grab onto it, even though you've got electrodes hooked up to it. So that said, I'm not saying he's wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying that means that force is not gravitational, and it is not necessarily magnetic. Okay?
No, that's what he's saying. This is a brand newly identified force.
Right.
Not gravitation. It's not magnetic. It's not electric. It's not...
And it's about propulsion. This force that he has found is what he is calling a new form of propulsion. And it's beyond electrogravitics, right? It's beyond what they're calling an ionic wind.
Yes, Ben.
It's got to be levity. It has to be levity.
I thought of that word actually.
Levity. Well, yes, Ben.
It's the force. So if you can get that force, right, and then you can direct that force, it is the strongest at its furthest point. So you would already be where you wanted to go. Yes. It's not even about travel anymore.
You've seen that.
You just ride the levity.
Ride the wave, baby.
You've seen that famous experiment with the dude with the gyroscopic weight, right?
Which one?
Where he's got a fucking thing. He's got this really, really heavy bar in his hand. And at the end of the fucking bar, he's got this spinning fucking device. And he just fucking gives it, before he gives it a yank, he tries to pick it up with one, and it can't fucking pick it up. It's that bloody heavy. Spins the fucking wheel at the end of the rod, and then because he's got that spin going on the end of the fucking rod, it's basically a gyroscope, he can fucking lift it up with one hand and fling it around.
Yes.
Yeah. I have seen that one.
That's
so just quickly, I just want to chuck out there, D, on your spin. Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is water?
Right.
What is
Right,
water, Ben?
so-
Because I'm not entirely fucking sure myself.
It's 2 right spins and a left, bro.
Is it
Yes.
though? We can't always.
I don't know that I
You
agree
can't
with you on
necessarily assume that a fucking hydrogen molecule is always going to be a left
No.
spin.
It's more, it's all, no. It's charge, because that's the whole thing. It's charge. If it falls out of those stasis, so this is where you get H2O2 or H220, which is heavy water, which is
Correct.
3 hydrogens that have fucking fused with the 1 oxygen.
Heavy water
And
has
it
had an extra
alters the
neutron
water.
introduced into the nucleus, not an
Yep,
extra proton or electron.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the electron. So, but it's a charge, right? So the way that hydrogen, and the reason I'm saying this is because of like the Joe thing, right? His whole thing with like electricity, with what would you call it, wear, oxidation, all of these things, it's all fire. Entropy is fire in the material because it's all oxidation. So
entropy doesn't exist.
It can. It can.
It's the same thing as absolute zero, and it's the same thing as fucking. It's an inachievable thing. It's a concept. It's not. It moves towards entropy. A system moves towards entropy, but absolute entropy in our universe is impossible.
What creates nothing?
Well, it kind of depends, but yes, I'm not going to argue with exactly what you're saying, but I would say that if humans keep using shit, you would entropy the world, which then entropies you, which then entropies. Now, that's not to say that the energy hasn't dissipated, but your world has dissolved through entropy.
That's usage and mismanagement, but that's not entropy. Entropy is something completely
100%.
different.
Well, what is entropy at its core?
That's when all of the energy in a system has been consumed and used up.
It's the overuse of energy for the purpose of. So
I will give you the exact definition of entropy right now.
Cool, let's do it.
It's the overuse of energy. It's when energy is basically gone. That's entropy.
But I get what you're saying, which is nothing can disappear. It can transmute and alter into something. But what I'm getting at is the materium can dissolve by entropy.
The exact definition of entropy.
Yep, go.
So all you get left with is ether then?
The unavailable energy in a closed thermodynamic system.
So say that again.
Yeah.
Entropy is a measure of the unavailable energy in a closed thermodynamic system. So you can measure entropy levels, but absolute entropy is an impossibility. Yeah,
no, exactly. I totally agree. And see how it says in a thermodynamic? That can only happen in the materium.
Yeah.
Because you have to have matter to have heat. Otherwise, it just keeps traveling.
Correct. Nick?
Yeah.
That definition of entropy is based on a model of everything that we've got. Now, that said, with this new experiment and potentially a new force, entropy and conservation of matter law and conservation of energy law and thermodynamics law is probably going to have to be rewritten.
Yep.
Probably.
100%.
However, Mark, it is my opinion that those thermodynamics laws aren't exactly wrong. It's just that people are interpreting them incorrectly. Okay?
I agree with that.
Now, Einstein fucking came out and said it, and he laid it down in a very simple equation. E equals mc squared, which is basically energy and matter are the same fucking thing. Right?
No, Einstein didn't come up with it.
Quantum physics now is showing that matter is basically just kind of expressed energy. It's locked up energy that's expressed in a very specific way, right? And it is just, if it's a bit of uranium, a bit of gold, a bit of carbon, it's a specific arrangement of locked up energy.
Yeah.
And turning that around, that matter can then be annihilated to release all of its energy and turn back into the purest form of it, right? So we have a universe that is full of both physically expressed energy and potential energy. It's limitless. And in this universe, if we have, there's no possible way to achieve entropy as long as there's matter.
Correct. True entropy.
Unless the vacuum just provides, because it's not a vacuum. It's just waiting to be told what the fuck to do. And at the moment, we're just watching it do its thing.
This is the thing.
And what we've done is we've taken our stewardship of observation and free will or novelty.
Novelty. It's my way of saying it. This is the thing, right? Like, going back to, I'm going to say those words that are going to make people just, yeah. You know, it's like the science is settled. The science is settled. Right? Over and over again. Science is settled. Science is settled. And you get people who are
science.
Like, the third law of thermodynamics. And
Eric Weinstein is one of the ones that makes me
fucking hate that man. So,
shall we call you?
Have these people who are living in a static place. They've stopped learning. Right. These people have stopped learning, if they ever actually learned anything to begin with. But they've stopped learning. They're sitting in entropy. We could kind of say.
They're in a weird place. In the case of Eric Weinstein, for example, if you look exactly what he did with Terrence Howard on that Joe Rogan. Right.
Yeah, but that was
now very recently. He was on this other podcast. I'm pretty sure he was on. It was either.
I think it was Jesse Michaels.
Could have been Jesse Michaels. Could have been Danny
Jones.
And he was basically talking to this physicist who works on backroom projects. And he's like, "Look, man, we've examined the physics, and there's obviously something else going on. There's obviously stuff that we don't know. There's obviously stuff that's being kept from us." And we're looking for it. We're guided away from it as an institution. Like physics in its entirety, the university level at the
is don't look there, don't look there, don't look there, look over here.
But then on the other side, when he goes and fucking talks to somebody like Terrence Howard, who possibly has actual fucking information, actual ways of looking at the problem from a different perspective. The things that he did to that guy, I'm like, oh, I would love to smack the shit out of him.
He did the same thing to this other physics guy.
So
he talks down to him and treats them like they're an inferior being.
Even the people that are out there purportedly looking, trying to like examine things outside the box, are still fucking boxed in by their own fucking.
Yeah, but they're not really out there. Weinstein is just a fucking talking head for the agencies. He's just, all he is a commercial guy. He's the Donald Trump of fucking science. That's all he is.
He's a bit cooler Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Slightly cooler Neil deGrasse Tyson. In other words, all he does, he's basically, let's put him on a commercial. That's what he's good for. Yeah. What I'm talking about is this continuous, all the time. It's like, no, we've reached we've attained in scientific enlightenment. We know everything there is to know. There's nothing outside of these theories that you have been taught in university. There's nothing outside. Anything that you come across that doesn't fit within the box of these theories is wrong. I.e., the science is settled.
How large a segment of the population buys that, do you think?
Oh, 100%. Like ludicrously well. Ludicrously well.
Well, lockdown science is settled. They loved it so much they want to do it again.
Yeah, the lockdown science. Oh, okay. I'm switching gears really, really fast because we're at the very end. Ben, is it true that they've just instituted energy lockdowns in Australia?
Nah, they've announced they are cutting the excise tax on fuel by 50%, which means I think it drops by like 25 cents a litre or something like that.
I'm pretty sure that the excise tax is worth more than that.
What are you paying a litre right now?
I don't doubt that for a set. It's about $3.
That's 95% of our fuel over here is tax.
And then
exactly.
But then apparently we have, I can't remember how many boats. There's a bunch of fuel boats coming over from the States and they're doing a weird one where they're sending it from, I think they're sending it from like the East Coast or something like that, down through Panama, and then down into and I think there's like 6 to 13 of those coming over, but they're fuel. It's not crude because we don't have the capacity. So they're sending the fuel down. It's aviation and diesel. Because we're fucked. I think they may have announced, I think yesterday, I couldn't find anything this morning, 18 days.
Something like that. Yeah, like a lot of places. So like, be prepared, as I've been talking about for the last week and a half.
And just
they're
FYI,
going to play that card.
Sorry, D. I was just going to say that we're in the bush, and so far, like talking to our bush supplies, like fucking the Channon store and the Nimbin petrol station, their fuel stuff still coming through all right. They said they haven't had any problems yet. So, but that there I would say is allocations, because that's not just like a Shell, that's like the whole Northern Rivers region kind of thing. There's no petrol station other than in Lismore, which is like 40-minute drive away. So
yes, I remember.
At the moment, it seems to be the biggest stuff that is having issues, like the stock feed and the main road truck travels.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, they're going to play that card. Now, interestingly, when Nick and I were discussing this whole thing about the fake aliens are coming, and they're going to do that, holograms and anti-gravity and like, your weapons from space, laser boom, pew, 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 pew.
Sorry.
If they've already got everyone in a lockdown situation, maybe is that the almost like they got a lockstep it a little bit, like put everyone in lockdown on energy issues, so that you've already got the countries primed for working from home, primed for these lockdowns, and then once you've got everyone kind of locked in and primed, i.e. primed meaning brainwashed, then you play the alien card when everyone's at home, and you can have them staring at the computer screen, their phones, their TVs,
just
24/7 watching the alien invasion.
Just after fucking NVIDIA announced AGI potential.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know who the
Except they
second
won't be able to
Messiah
watch
is,
because
eh?
there's no power.
It's gonna be Jeebus
Remember,
with
I know,
12 fingers. Wah wah.
So when was that?
There's that Dr. Seuss
was it 2 hours
yeah.
ago?
poem about
was it
the
20
guy
minutes
with
ago? Because
11
that's-
fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's all prophecy, Nadia. Even Dr. Seuss was in on this shit.
If he's written any part of the script, at least it shall be entertaining.
Well, it's more the Peter Thiel. Sorry, Paul. It's more the Peter Thiel and the new tech Christians that are forming. It sounds like
That's a nice segue between Eric Weinstein and
the Orange Catholic Bible.
Peter Thiel.
Oh, hey, listen, the Orange Catholic Bibles are coming. They're already pulling that one together.
What is this?
The Orange Catholic Bible. Go back and read Frank Herbert again, my darling.
Sorry?
Go back and read Frank Herbert again.
I'll have to.
Orange Catholic Bible. I have a copy of that somewhere, actually. I think it might be even on the Unfuckers Drive. There might be a copy of the Orange Catholic Bible. We'll see.
Is it actually orange?
No, because it's a PDF. So
good answer. Good answer.
It's a black and white Catholic Bible. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. Fucking shit is so fucking weird. Like I said, we did not need April Fools. Nick and I were up early this morning. It was like, hey, it's April Fools. Should we play a joke on the kids? And we were like, no.
To be fair, I have never seen a year where it's as hard to discern April Fool's jokes in the news feed that it is this year. Fuck.
Literally. What's a joke? I don't know. What's reality? I don't know. Is it real? I don't know. And again, because the whole thing we were just saying about the AI shit. I don't believe anything anymore. I drive Nick fucking nuts. I drive him
that's AI. Oh, that's AI.
nuts. And he's watching a video of someone doing a bike stunt. And I'm like, it's AI. Fuck it. He's watching a video with a cute puppy. I'm like, it's fucking AI. Fuck off. And I'm literally going, I believe nothing. And my thought today was like, is that the lesson?
Oh, I reckon
Is that one of the things they're doing is deliberately like making everyone go, believe nothing. You can't even believe your own eyes. Believe nothing.
Jackson was telling me that this was about a month and a half ago. I was disappointed because some of the accounts I follow, like Massimo or Faith in Humanity and all that, have started regurgitating the AI shit, right? And Jackson told me that you can distinguish, you look for the jump cuts. He says, because at the time, now I don't know, in a month and a half, anything could change, but he says, if you look, they're about 10 to 11 seconds long. Some of the videos, that's it. So that's your first clue there, because they can only make the videos 10 to 11 seconds long at the time, a month and a half ago. So they'll stitch together a bunch of 11-second videos for a minute play, and you'll see the cuts. You'll see the jump cuts, because it's not like a continuous if you're paying attention, right? The other thing he said to look for is the conveniently placed cameras.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, exactly. When the cameras are like just perfectly placed, and it's supposed to be like a car accident that you're seeing, or or someone doing something. Yeah, that camera is perfect. Yeah, no, literally, Nancy, I believe nothing anymore, and I do honestly wonder if, like I said, if that is actually the narrative that's being played out. The lesson being taught right now is stop believing what you see. You have to question everything. Basically, question absolutely everything in your reality, which is a good thing.
There is belief and there is reason, right? Those are the...
Yeah, but like with these videos, I'm not talking about like it's a questionable, Netanyahu speech. I'm talking about it's a kitten and a puppy playing. Mm-hmm. There is no reason and logic. It's the matter of you look at it and you're going, that's fucking fake. Right there.
It's engagement. That's the reason.
And the reason is engagement. The reason is they're engagement farming, and they're making money off you sitting there looking at all the interesting shit and the cute little puppies and kitties. But regardless, like, there is a refinement going on. Exactly, Sony. It has gotten very, very refined now, to the point of some of the only way you can tell is little things like the camera placement. Where is
how perfect their fur is?
How perfect the fur is. How perfect. Yeah. Anyways.
So Nadia's background right now is all books, and so I know this is Nadia. We've been talking for a long time, right? And so over the years, you can trust the people that you know and you see on screen. But I saw someone talking that I knew, and they had books in the background. The problem is the books were AI. And I don't believe it was a real video. And I'm going, is that something that the cameras are doing now?
Yeah, like, look.
I can vouch for Nadia because I've met Nadia in real life. I can't vouch for Bozzy, though.
No one can.
I don't have it set up right now. I probably could set up. I can put a fake background behind us.
Yeah, it's green screen, isn't it?
It's a green screen, basically. So I could have books. I'd have actually a friend of mine always has books in the background behind her when she's talking.
There's always a little fuzzy outline,
and if you have blonde hair, you're really screwed, because your blonde hair fades into the green screen very easily.
But I've noticed some of the photos. My son has a newer model iPhone. I think he got his phone this year. Like, we don't get them every year. We go every 3 to 5 years, depending on certain factors. And I mean, I still use an iPhone 7, believe it or not. But anyway, his pictures even though they're real life, and he took photography in college for the first 2 years when he saw AI coming and said, I can't do this now. That career is not going to be a career.
Yep.
But anyway, he was showing me that whatever Apple has put into their new cameras it makes it look like it's AI, because images aren't vector, they're pixelated. So in order to get some of these higher resolutions, they've incorporated some AI to make these images larger, and it's giving you so this beautiful background that Nadia has that I know is real, because they're her books. Now you could do that for a real person, and now it's gonna, because it's pixelated, but it's gonna put this stupid AI filter on it, and now it's not gonna look real. So that plays also into don't believe everything you see. But now even the real images are going to confuse people. I don't even know if I'm explaining that.
No, I hear you. No, I get it totally. Trust me. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's gotten to the point now, because you put filters on phones. So you can put all kinds of filters on your phone that make you look completely like you got a face full of makeup, even though you got no makeup on.
You see,
I can do it on Zoom. On Zoom, I can add full makeup to my face using Zoom. And that's it. And put a background.
Yeah, fundamentally speaking, I am a real person. These are my bookshelves with my books. But what you're seeing, Nancy, you're not seeing me or my books. What you're seeing is an image of me and my books. So
yes, you're right.
That is still true, right?
That is still true. That's correct. I'm seeing the image of the real thing.
Yeah.
And that's why AI is such a failure. And I think we discussed this before, because if me and you want to take a picture of a tree, we're actually seeing a tree. But if you ask AI to make a tree, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
And also, Nancy, I don't know if you felt this, but I used to take lots of photographs, particularly when I went abroad. And then I stopped doing so because I realized, pictures are one thing, but seeing the thing in real life is another. And
100%.
The photograph is a different thing than what I saw.
The only thing I found, Nadia, is the older I get, is if I didn't have some pictures, your memories fade. So if you want
aid memoir for you.
Yeah. I'm just listen, I don't take pictures at all anymore. Like it is so rare that I do pictures.
On your phone.
And I have a good camera on my phone.
But you don't have to take the pictures, Danny, to make it like I'm going to post all these things on Instagram for everyone to see. You don't have to make it like that. Like Nadia said, it's more beautiful to see that tree in real life, right?
Yeah.
But
no, but I'm talking about things like family pictures, like taking pictures of the dogs, the cats,
I haven't
the kids.
taken pictures in years myself. My son did because of his course, and of course we've fallen away from it. But I'm looking back at my film negatives and my photographs before the digital, and I'm going, wow, you know what? I may have
much more beautiful.
There's a wedding that Darwin and I went to that we didn't take any pictures at, and he was talking about this couple, Alan and Carrie's wedding, and I said, I don't even remember it. I said, why can't I remember that? I don't remember anything about it, but other weddings that we had gone to, we take pictures and you can remember the details. And it turns out neither one of us remembered the wedding at all. Like, did it even happen? And we know it did, and it's crazy. There's no photograph. Maybe to prompt the memory. Memories are weird.
I know, memories just seem to fade at the moment. And I'm not talking about getting old and forgetful. That's not what I mean.
It's just there's too much going on. So there's
just fading away.
Well, there is a theory that memories aren't our memories anyways, and that they're reconstructed. And every time you remember the memory, you're remembering the reconstruction.
You're remembering the TV show that you watched as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, my darlings, I'm going to say this is it for the UnFuckIt discussion for this evening. Members, stick around and we'll let Mark curse and swear, and him and Nickel go off on a bender and say things that are not allowed to be said during the public show.
You can't cancel us. It's 2026.